On today's Toy Spot, we're going to be having a look at the Spin Master Tron Legacy figures. Today we're going to be looking at Sam Flynn. The son of Kevin Flynn. Of course, the star of the original Tron movies, or Tron movie. Unfortunately, there was only one. But we've got ourselves Sam Flynn. Package-wise, I like the packaging. It's got the Tron Legacy. It's got the really bright neon blue lines on the black background. I think the packaging does work. Of course, we've got a picture of Sam Flynn down there as well. Back of the package, though, I mean, there's really nothing there. It just gives you some information on how you can recycle some of the parts, the electronic components, the packaging. Of course, we got caution in different languages there as well. Button cell batteries contain potentially corrosive chemicals that will cause personal injury if swallowed or inhaled. Some good, crucial information there. Brought to you by the folks at Spin Master. You can also go to spinmaster.com/Tron. Or disney.com/Tron as well. But that's packaging. There's really not much to be said for packaging, but what we're going to do is we're going to get this opened up and we will have ourselves a look at the star of Tron Legacy. We're going to have a look at Sam Flynn. So stay tuned, guys. There is so much more to come. And, well, he comes with a very large instruction manual, the same as the other Tron Legacy figures. If you're not too careful about batteries or anything like that, or installation of batteries, I mean, the battery compartment is just on the back. It requires only a screwdriver to undo it. If you got that simple point down, you probably don't necessarily need these instructions, and much like what I'm probably going to do with them, you can just outright recycle them. So we'll just put them aside. And let's have a look at the figure here. I'm not a fan of this figure. I like really from the ankles all the way up to the neck here. Having not seen the movie yet, I guess he has this in the movie, but it's a shame really that they couldn't have just given him a human head without this dome. For one thing, if I can just show you guys here, the dome makes his eyes look magnified, almost bigger than really what they are. It just kind of looks, I don't know, it looks a bit silly, really. Have they just given us a Sam Flynn head? I don't know. I guess really, this is ball jointed. Yeah, if this was ball jointed, I guess you could really just take a Duke head from G.I. Joe. You know, it's close enough, really, right? And just pop this head off and put the Duke head on instead. But as you can see, his real face is fine. It's just that they've put this dome over top of it. Kind of silly, I don't know. He's also got, in the way of accessories, he's got a baton here, which I've pegged into the side of his leg. There is a peg hole. You really have to force it on there, though, to get him to get it to sit on his leg. You can peg it into his hand. You have him holding his baton there, which is very nice. You probably do a little nicer than what I just did there, but he's also got his identity disc with a little bit of coloring on there, so that's nice. You can also put that in his hand too. Now, unfortunately, the same problem I had with the other Tron figures I have with Sam Flynn here is the fact that his identity disc, they almost tease you with the fact that the button is the exact same size that you would need to peg this into place. But unfortunately, there is not enough clearance, and the button itself isn't long enough that you could actually just slide this on and keep it there. So, I mean, that's a shame that isn't there. I mean, that, to me, that would have made perfect sense, but I do like the detail, and the paint is nice. The plastic, if you have the figure, you know probably what I'm talking about. the plastic on these figures seem different than most plastics. They kind of almost seem to have a lighter feel to them. Of course, he has the same articulation as the other Tron figures. His head, from his neck actually down to his thigh, is just one solid piece. And the idea is, much like all the other Tron figures, you just press the button on the back there, and this whole area lights up. And you kind of have to go through the store. People probably look at you, but you have to kind of go through the store and the pegs of these figures and find the one that actually lights up pretty good. Certainly with the fact that there's a try me button like right there, well, that actually helps with the light up. The fact that there's a button right there for you actually can try it. I'm sure several children have been pressing this button to get the figure to light up. But he does light up, which is kind of neat. Just take the baton out of his hand. He's also, of course, got a display stand, which is the same as the others, except his is more like a bluish white ring, whereas Clue was like an orangey kind of yellow, like a darker yellow. Pegs into place fine. He's got the peg holes on the bottom of his feet. In the way of Sam Flynn's articulation, he has a ball jointed head. He has ball jointed shoulders. You can rotate the arm right underneath the shoulder area. You can rotate the forearm. You can bend at the elbow. Right there. Really loose on my figure. I don't know why, but you can rotate the forearm. You can rotate the hand. You can kind of bend it, but it's not really intended to be bent. It's just more or less to rotate it. The legs can bend out, back and forth. You can rotate the thigh. You can bend at the knee. You can rotate the lower leg. Rotate the foot, and you can also slightly bend it, like so. I think of all the Tron figures, the Sam Flynn probably is the weakest of it, just because they decided to go with this dome. Had they gone just with a haired version of his human head, I think it would have been a much nicer figure. The Sam Flynn, pains me to do so just because it is Tron and all, but I think that's really a big strike on the figure, is just the fact that they put this dome on his head. And for that reason, I'm going to give Sam Flynn here a 4.5. I know, a 4.5. But thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for many more Tron Legacy figure reviews to come, leading up to the release in December of Tron Legacy. And I will certainly be in line for that. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.